Well, my friends, I forgot to make a comment about all the shit that Trump has been talking about um, Puerto Rico, how he's disrespecting Puerto Rico and Puerto Ricans um, while we're going through this disaster. I made a comment before that he's too busy, attacking black athletes, and saying that Nazis and KKK are fine people. Um, and let me tell you what he said. He's let me give you an example of why he's being disrespectful. Let's say you live in your house, okay, and you're living in a house, and here comes a hurricane, right? And it takes your house away. It takes all your furniture. It destroys all your electrical appliances. It takes, it leaves you um, homeless. Basically, you have no money, and all of a sudden, the person that um, that's supposed to help you because you know he's the person who's supposed to you have a contract with them that they're supposed to put your house back together and stuff like that. He goes out and in front of the whole neighborhood, he takes a megaphone and says, it's really horrible what has happened to, let's say your name is Mary. It's really horrible that what has happened to Mary. He's talking into the bullhorn to a crowd of people. You know that that the hurricane destroyed her house. But what's really bad is that she had to file bankruptcy. And now and she owed me a bunch of money. Never mind that she didn't sign any of those contracts or anything like that. It was somebody else to sign the contracts for her. But she's, and now, how sad that she's going to have to deal with a with the house that was destroyed. Anyways, her house was really shitty inside, and it was all destroyed, and the toilet didn't work, and the bowls weren't working. The electrical wasn't working in the house. It was really really shitty, and but it's so sad that she's gonna have to make payments, and but we're gonna have to deal with making those payments, and do you catch the drift? How disrespectful that is. We're going through a catastrophe, and this guy can only think about Wall Street and their fucking payments, of which was predatory loans. All those loans were predatory. It's odious debt. It's illegal debt. It hasn't been audited. 36 billion of that debt is nothing but illegal interest. And a lot of those loans that were made to Puerto Rico were made. People didn't vote on that. The people who made those loans, the Wall Street vultures who made those loans, they didn't make loans. They sold bonds, and they knew they were trash bonds. They were, junk bonds. They knew it, and they sold it to ourselves, to Puerto Rican elderly, billions of dollars to Puerto Rican investors that didn't know, just people. They sold them using Banco Santander and other predatory institutions. Nothing happened to those institutions. They sold it to our elderly and our people in Puerto Rico. Our own junk bonds saying these are great bonds. There's emails, there's proof of all this fraud being committed. They didn't care. They didn't care. Now, let me ask you something. When you go and make an investment on a stock and the stock tanks, you knew there was a risk. Why do you invest in something that's risky? Well, these people rigged the game. Okay? They rigged the game in Congress, in the United States Congress, along with Wall Street. Now, we have this president who doesn't give a shit and has the audacity to come and humiliate us and talk shit about us in our most desperate hour. When my family's standing in 15-hour gas lines at the pump to be able to pump only $10 or $15. We're running out of water. Electricity is very little in the island. There are no commercial. There are no. There's no air cargo coming in the island yet. There's no U.S. Postal Service. None of that. You would think that a person, all other five living presidents, are united to raise funds and awareness for the catastrophe that my people are living in Puerto Rico. And this guy has the audacity to go online and tell the whole world and talk shit about Puerto Rico and how sad he is that Puerto Rico, has problems. Won't be able to make the payments to Wall Street. Like he gives. I mean, this guy's a scumbag. I truly. I mean, to be honest with you, I hope this guy gets a stroke. I'm serious. I don't want him to die or be assassinated. None of that. I want him to get a stroke so that he shits himself the rest of his life and so has somebody, wipe his butt and change his diaper and he drools in front of a TV and can't talk and has to use a little bell or something like that or a button to communicate because that's what he deserves. People like that's what they deserve, you know. So it's shameful what this guy is doing right now. Not like he doesn't do a shameful thing on a daily basis. I mean, but to do that to a people, 3.3 and a half million United States citizens, you know, and disrespect us like that, is deplorable. So that's all I have to say about him.